Good morning. Hope everybody's getting off to a good start. How's everybody doing today? I know it's a trying time, right? The energies right now are the action is primed. The bullet is in the chamber. And the hammer is cocked. Seriously. Everything's gonna be realigned. It's already begun. It's gonna be a shift in perspectives, a shift in the consciousness of the collective, of everyone together as a whole. So if everyone together as a whole is changing their perspective, then that means that billions of individual perspectives will be changing. We're going to go through a lot of world changes, life changes that will end up in world changes over the greater whole. One thing affects the other. The left hand always watches the right hand always watches the left. One thing always permeates into the other. As we are 4 in 1, well, 5 in 1. We're infinite. We're infinite beings, but look, the basic building blocks of a human being: emotional being, physical being, spiritual being, soul being, and mental being. You know, you have a mental universe about you. You have an emotional body about you. You know what I mean? You have a mental body, an emotional body, physical body, a spiritual body, and then you also have like that soul body, etheric body. So that's why all cartoons and all shows always have 5 characters. They base it off of the hero's journey. The hero's journey is something from philosophy of old, coming from the mystery schools. It's to teach you about you and the life journey that you will go through in your own way. Thor, Iron Man, all of these shows, Avatar, dude, the thing goes on. Transformers, everything keeps going. Ninja Turtles, boy bands, girl bands. Normally it's one chick and a bunch of backup dancers, but I mean, like, they pick out 5. That's why NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, that's why it's 5 dudes. The 5 different personalities of the world. We have 5 basic personalities, or personality types, archetypes. The Bible speaks of archetypes. That's what Libra, Aries, Sag, that's what all of these things are. Those are archetypes for personalities. Okay? These archetypes are the archons, the rulers of the planet, of the universe, of our universe. So, what I actually came on here to talk about today, depression. My daughter asked me, "Dad, why do I have depression? Why do I have anxiety?" It was a really hurtful question to answer. It stabbed me like a knife in the heart. Just, ouch. I swear to God, I bled internally just answering her question. Because it's my fault for not dealing with my problems when I should have back then, before I had children. It's my fault. I share blame with another, but I'll never put blame on another. I'll just accept my blame. Just mine. So, my father gave it to me like this to explain. When 2 vessels come together, say you are a vessel in this world, okay? You are one whole. You are one universe, one whole. You are whole, one with yourself, right? Perfect, holy, pure, and motive, one with yourself. Okay, that's if we are one with ourselves. Well, if another one comes together with that one, okay, this is what happens during relationships with anybody, just contact with anyone. You come in contact with another. Well, your bubbles kind of intersect and overlap, creating a third bubble in the center. Well, what happens is after those two come together, intercourse, after those two come together, regardless of the intent, whether it's just passion, love, commitment, whatever, just whatever the intent is, okay? They create a third. This third is separate and whole unto itself. Even though these two may go back apart and everything, that third is still created. The third is separate and whole unto itself. Okay, when you create a third, when two bubbles come together, when two universes come together, these are two separate universes. I'm different from everyone else is different from you, everyone else is different from me. Okay, so you have your universe, I have mine. We come together. The energy that fills my vessel, the energy that fills your vessel, whatever problems you got, whatever you got, whatever I got, comes together and meets in the middle and creates the third. It fills the new vessel. That energy fills the new vessel. Okay, when we are unhealed, when we choose not to do the healing work and we go jump right in, I used to be a firm believer, just like everyone else in this world, the best way to get over someone is to climb on top of another. Or, in a female perspective, I guess the other way around, climb under another, It works in multiple ways, right? So, totally just see my eyes get like golf balls on it. So, it totally works in either way. Doesn't matter what gender, sex you are, whatever. Your issues are your issues. We need to deal with our problems before we move into new things. Take time for yourself to heal. Because then we have to answer questions like that to our children. Of why do they have that? And you know what? Most people don't have the spiritual sense to understand that it was their fault. Well, actually, you know what? We all do. We all have that. It's whether we choose to see it or not. We blind ourselves to the craziest things out of protection, self-preservation. And it's about getting out of that self-preserving mind state, that flight, fight, or freeze mode. That you're always like, gotta defend yourself. I've lived in that for 35 years. It hurts. I don't want you guys to have to live like that anymore, but most of all, I don't want my children to live like that. That's what I filled those vessels with. Depression, anxiety, strife, problems. Because I didn't handle my stuff at the time. My best friend died just before I took up with my wife, my ex-wife. So I didn't deal with the trauma of losing my best friend of 15 years. You know what I mean? Man, we thought we were going to do everything together, you know what I mean? Man, shit, we were going to experience life and still be able to come back and be friends, meet up and go hunting every year, no matter where we were, no matter what we were doing. You know what I mean? We knew we could count on one another. And we knew that, man, at least once a year, no matter how old we got, no matter how far apart we got, we knew we were coming back to the same place to go hunting every year. You know what I mean? It was a bond, it was a friendship, and it was eternal. It is still eternal. The guy helps me out more now than he ever has. I'm so blessed. So blessed for the ones who had to leave the world, that I just couldn't see why they were leaving the world. I was selfish. But, so I didn't heal from that. I was devastated. Literally, I never cried for anybody. I think the last person I cried for was my great-grandmother when I was like 7. She died. I didn't understand death. And I mourned hardcore, just like it was the first person who's ever, gone that meant something to me. You know what I mean? And when my friend Donovan died, he's not just a friend, he's a brother. But I mean, like, man, when he died, it rocked me. It shook me to my core. I didn't understand who or what I was anymore. Everything in my life changed dramatically. I shut down. I closed my heart down. I refused to give that part of myself to anyone else because fear of that happening again, of it being taken away. I was angry with God. I wasn't angry with anyone else, but I took it out on everyone because God is everyone. We're all just different aspects of our Creator running around. So I didn't heal from that, and I took that pain and that trauma right into a relationship. Literally, I needed to heal from that as I started this relationship. And I didn't understand it. I didn't heal it. I didn't heal the pain. I totally just buried it. I started smoking way more weed. I started doing other drugs. I could not stop smoking dope. Literally, I could stop for a while, but then there was just always that, screw it, man, the pain's too great, let's do it. Screw it, whatever, let's do it. We'll deal with consequences later. Let's do it. You know what I mean? And it destroyed my life further because I refused to heal. I just kept burying it under more drugs, making myself so exhausted I couldn't deal with it, keeping myself so busy I didn't have to see it. Heal before you go into the next relationship, because I know that right now relationships are being broken down. People will be severed at the hip. A lot of relationships are going to end right now. Between now and Scorpio season, which is October, November, from October 20th to November 20th. We'll just call it, 20th just to make the days even. But a lot is going to change, individually and collectively. Sorry about that. It's my alarms to keep me on track for in the morning before work. But yeah, a lot is going to change. A lot is going to change. I hope you guys stay prayed up. Stay in contact with the Father. I'm telling you, He's within you. Awaken Him. He's trying to wake up. He's trying to get you to see the things you need to see so that He can wake up. Or your Divine Mother within you. Whichever aspect of the Creator you embody in this world. Whether it be male or female, like I am male in appearance, I am totally a dude in all respects, but I totally live more in my divine feminine energy. I was raised in a house full of women. Literally, I've got four sisters that are, straight up blood sisters, and I've got one actual brother. You know what I mean? Like, I have a lot of stepbrothers. There's 10 of us kids in my family. So there's 5 girls and 5 boys. But I grew up all of my life in a house full of women. I understand the plate of the feminine in this world. I don't know, I think I chose to come here and experience that growing up because I am the nurturer that I am. And I know that that's what this world needs, more so than the angry, violent God that, the wrath. But there's a balance in that. There's a balance in that. There's masculine love and there's feminine love. And everybody's about to find out. I don't think our Father's too happy with how we've been handling things. I'm ashamed too. Trust me. I wasn't doing my part. If I was doing my part, you guys would all know right now. You guys would have already known and been on top of your stuff. Or at least you guys would have had the opportunity to choose it. And I believe that the Father sent others in my place to give us the opportunities to choose it. Please be mindful of what's inside before you create another vessel in this world. Take time to heal. If you need help, I'm happy to help. The Father has led me into doing tarot. There's also other forms of communication. Like I am a channel. I'm a vessel. That's all I am. I'm just a vessel, just like you. But I choose to operate in surrender so that my Father in heaven can live. And I decrease that he may increase. So that he can lead you guys home. Because I can't do it. I've spent my life trying to save everyone. I can't save anybody. I can't save you. But he can. And he has a plan to. So I hope that you guys, stay open-minded and surrender. That is the key word for this time right now. Surrender. Repent. Turn away and turn towards God. Surrender. It was a hard word. It took me a long time. And in some ways, I'm still holding things. But I know he's working on this heart to fully surrender. Because that's what's required of us so that the world can actually change. That's how we change, is surrender. Because he has a plan, and it's way greater than ours. Way greater than our plan. You thought your plan was good. He's laughing because your plan is tiny compared to what he has for you. He's like, why are you thinking so small? Trust me. Surrender. I've got you. Okay? I do offer complimentary natal chart translations. I call them translations because the road was paved. The knowledge is there for those who came before me. So I'm not interpreting anything. I'm not interpreting the chart. I'm reading the chart. Maybe a translation at best. So I'm doing that complimentary, free to everyone. Just shoot me an email. My email is woodsclinton62, the number 62, @gmail.com. Please put in the subject bar free natal chart translation, or free natal chart, or complimentary natal chart. Let's stick with one. Free natal chart. Okay, it makes it simple. That way I can find it in my emails. I get thousands of emails just about daily. It drives me crazy, because you got to actually search for things through the search bar. So, just please remember to put it in the search bar. And it takes me about 7 to 10 days to do a natal chart, but it's worth it. They normally come out to about 300 pages. It's a book, and it's not even a complete book. It's a book of the most basic aspects of you and who you are and what you are, and it reveals the plan for you. It reveals the plan a little bit at a time. And as you go through it, it changes you. It changes you. You begin to see. It opens your eyes. It opens your ears. The dumb speak, the deaf hear, and the blind see. The dead rise here. What's rising in your life? Is it life or is it death? Because life is here. Find life for yourself. And if you need help, if you want help, I'm happy to help. That's my job. I'm here to serve. All this time I thought I came to be served. I'm so entitled and arrogant. No. If I'm a son of God, since I am the son of God, not if, you already know this. Since I am the son of God, I am entitled to nothing. I am entitled, if I'm entitled to anything, I'm entitled to suffer more. I'm entitled to do more. I'm expected more. Because I know better. I'm capable of more. I know that I'm capable. He knows that I'm capable. And so anyone who thinks because they're the Son of God that they deserve the world on a silver platter, please think again. Please humble yourself. Surrender. Surrender the arrogance and the pride. Sacrifice your pride and ride on to Mount Zion. That's the only sacrifice we are required. Pride. Sacrifice your pride and ride home. That was the sacrifice Abel brought. It was a holy, pure sacrifice of his pride. Him and Cain had been fighting since they were children. And he wanted to make amends. And he went to Cain with an offering. And Cain slew him. He went to Cain with a peace offering. And because God chose to bless him after that, Cain became insanely jealous, even further more than what he was. So that was the problem. It was jealousy, pride, envy, strife that caused it all. Don't envy what I have. Trust me, my road is paved with suffering. If you didn't see the suffering, please don't judge what I have now. We all suffer, and we all attain to what we suffer for. What are you suffering for, and is it worth it? Surrender. Surrender. May you all be healed, sealed, guided, and protected upon your path. May Hashem bless you with sight, with ears that hear. We were given 2 ears and 1 mouth so we could listen more than we needed to speak. We were given 2 eyes, though they see 2 different things. If thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be filled with light. Surrender. Stop using your physical eyes. Use your heart and surrender. My heart goes out to all of you, and I pray that you guys all have a happy, happy return. Bless you all. May the divine be with you and keep you safe through all of this. We move through this together as one. As we go through this time, we're going to go through it together. And those who remember that we are all together in this and remember to ask for help when they need it, those are the ones that will receive it. Surrender. Love and light, you guys. Stay blessed.